Hi, this is an interview for Edularity. Today we are with Robert Hacker. You have a BA in philosophy. How important is philosophy in education and in life in general?
I think you're setting me up for one of my favorite stories. There was a man named George Polya, probably the greatest math teacher in history, unless Pythagoras is given credit for being a teacher. And what Polya did was he taught math at the college level, and he taught at Princeton, and then most of his career was at Stanford. And he taught heuristics for how to solve problems in math. And John von Neumann was his student at Princeton. They asked Polya, "Why do you study math?" And his answer was, "I was too good for philosophy. I wasn't good enough for physics." I would respectfully say that Professor Polya has framed the spectrum of worthwhile pursuits. And the good news is, at least I'm on the spectrum with philosophy. That's my answer.
What would you say to someone who wants to study philosophy?
I think that philosophy is terrific preparation to take critical thinking skills to another level. And now that I've become more and more of a student of creativity, I would say that philosophy also is a wonderful tool for creativity. Because what philosophy teaches you, if we use design thinking vocabulary, philosophy teaches you how to frame the question. How you frame the question, of course, has a big influence on solution. But what most people don't realize is that how you frame the question has a big influence on how you can bring creativity to bear. That's maybe the secret about framing the question. So if I was a good philosophy student and I could explain philosophy in terms of critical thinking and creativity, I wouldn't worry too much about getting a job in the 21st century.
Would you say that it is important to study philosophy and wait until you finalize high school? Or is it important to do some introduction in maybe even elementary level?
I think for sure we can study philosophy at a much younger age. And the reason I have that confidence is that I think the tools you learn in philosophy are so fundamentally valuable that we should give them to children younger so that it helps to shape the rest of their learning.
Someone you would recommend to read about philosophy?
Well, the issue is that the subjects are so complex that you can easily become demotivated. And so rather than picking necessarily the most popular philosopher, I might pick one who is more understandable. And if I was picking someone more understandable, I think I would actually pick Descartes. Descartes is equally, if not more famous as the inventor of algebra. So he brings this mathematical, step-by-step logician approach to empiricism and the perception of information, and his famous saying, "I think, therefore I am." That phrase in and of itself, anyone can understand without any philosophical preparation. They may not agree, but they can understand it. And so for that reason, I would pick Descartes. He also talked about the important issues in philosophy, such as epistemology. So that's where I'd start.
Great. What is epistemology?
Theory of knowledge. How do we acquire knowledge?
And you would not recommend to begin with Schopenhauer, right?
Schopenhauer is a secret. It's like belonging to a very private sect. You're in a small, very exclusive group. Schopenhauer is incredibly insightful about a range of topics that a lot of other people didn't write on. But when you read them, you just go, oh my gosh. My favorite Schopenhauer saying is, art makes emotions tangible. I have never been able to understand art nor emotions, but when I see that sentence, it actually all has meaning for me, almost for the first time in my life.
We always enjoy talking.
Yeah, as usual, we didn't have any fun talking.
Yeah.
This was a lot of fun. You did a really thoughtful interview. For that, I thank you. Doesn't always happen.
Thank you. Thank you for the interview, and let's talk soon again. Thank you.
I agree. Thank you, Mike.
Take
Be
care.
well. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Are you listening? Damn.